ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another cast with Trendfollowing Tyson. Alright, this is gonna close out the week. And I'm just gonna show you guys the strength. We'll update the strength, show you guys what we're doing, and kind of business as usual, alright? So before we do that, this is kind of a little bit kind of different. I just wanted to start out with an inspirational quote because I'm all about positivity. I believe that mentality behind trading in the long term is crucial, to have a strong mentality. But this quote is going to linger right back into something that we've been dealing with. So, dream big and dare to fail from Norman Vaughn. Alright? Dream big and dare to fail from Norman Vaughn. Here we go. Having small dreams and being afraid to fail is the antithesis of this advice. And it's something many of us do even though we may not want to admit. The two go hand in hand. If you are too afraid of failing, you'll keep dreams on a leash. But if you overcome that fear and jump out there fully willing to completely fail, you free your mind to dream up new adventures and goals for your life. Failure comes with trying, and a life of not trying will not leave you satisfied. So it's good to continually put yourself out there. Alright? So in my eyes, you guys, what that means is, okay, you just heard Norman Vaughn say the importance of, taking risk and having failures. Alright, and dreaming big and daring yourself to fail. Failure comes with trying, and a life without trying, you will not leave you to be satisfied, and it will leave you to no success. So same thing with trading. Every time you trade, you put on a risk. Okay? So it's the same thing with, I think that people that realize this quote and that have already understood this quote are highly successful or can be successful in trading, because this totally equates to risk, risk management. To risk reward in trading. People that don't take any risk in trading, or that don't realize the importance of risk, that you need to take on risk in trading, you need to calculate those risks. You need to take on risk after risk after risk, calculated risk, especially trend following. The people that realize that they need to take on risk, and the people that invite that risk in trading, but calculate that risk. I think the people that understand this quote and the people that understand risk as it equates in trading can go very far. Alright? So let's get into the other quote from Paul Tudor Jones. Wow, this is special, man. This is special I got here from Paul Tudor Jones because it relates to one of my favorite patterns. I believe the very best money is made at the market turns. Everyone says you get killed trying to pick tops and bottoms, and you make all your money by playing the trend in the middle. Well, for the 12 years I have been missing the meat in the middle, but I have made a lot of money at tops and bottoms. And what he's saying is, thank you for both of these quotes. So, thank you to Norman Vaughn, and thank you to Paul Tudor Jones. Okay? Let me expand on this Paul Tudor Jones quote before we get into the trend. He's talking about, I believe the very best money is made at the market turns, meaning like the rounding bottom, meaning when stocks are barely starting to turn. When they're barely starting to hit that trend, when that trend's barely starting to develop. If anybody knows my trading style, I like to catch trends when they're barely starting to develop, which is why I love the rounding bottom so much, which is why I love breakouts at lower prices that show high rewards, because this may warn the market turns that we're talking about. This is where you can catch way more than the meat of the move. This is where you're actually catching most of the trend. Sort of like my entry on current ticker Intelsat. Okay? Or Intellast or Intelsat, either or. I opened long at 606 and it's currently approaching something that we'll take a look at shortly. I believe $18 or something like that. Alright? So let's look at how we can catch some market turns. Let's see what he's talking about. Alright? So let's get into the trend. What I wanted to show you guys. What did I want to show you guys? What did I want to show you guys? I wanted to show you guys something on WWE. Alright? I wanted to show you guys the importance of buying breakouts. Alright? See this WWE trend? Remember what I said about planes lifting off and then going parabolic? Here's WWE perfectly lifting off and going parabolic. Long-term trend here. Look at what it did on the yearly, guys, in 1 year's time. Alright? How would you have caught that? Something that we look at on the show here all the time. How would you have caught that? If you would have bought the breakout of 20, in my opinion, you would have caught the majority. You would have caught this move. This is how you would have caught this trend. Of course, it lifted off of 10 here, which was the best, which was the actual bottom of this stock. So it double bottomed and double bottomed here. Double bottomed here. But if you couldn't catch that, this was the main piece of it here. The breakout over 20. Alright? And the continuation upwards, which was mainly this portion here. All of this stuff here. Alright? Wow, that's special. Let's get into the trend, guys. ARQL, my buy stop was triggered last week. Got some continuation here. Little bit of pullback, but it was some there's been some continuation. So, the last 5 days, here it is. Let's take a look at the 5 day. So we're still testing this. We're still testing this 5 area, 520, still major support, and we're still continuing. So I like this thing, and it's offering some major upside. Major upside. If it can start, if it breaks over this. Remember, we were looking at it actually inside of this. Now it's over it. All right. It was inside of here around 4. That's when it broke out up to this area. All right. So major. There are some major levels here. Some upside here. All right. We're over the 200-day. All right. So I like that to continue. And if you're barely getting in on this thing, I like it to hold this 460. All right. You can buy that opening price. ARQL, BLNK. This one to me just has some specialness behind it. It has some upside. Alright, have some upside up here. Bounced off of this, holding this area nice. I like the way it's bounced up and it's holding. This is strength. When the stock can come from this, bounce and hold, big bar here, and then hold this up, that's strength. I love to see that. Alright, so I like to see what the stock's going to do. If you're looking to barely get in on this thing, which I probably will be doing, I like for it to hold this area, $7. Let's see what the price action's like. Price action's holding 7. Further back, holding 680. So I like it to hold this first level. 713, 715, and then it holds $7. Alright? BLNK. Nice looking stock though, for what it can do. If it can, if it can start moving, so to speak. Alright? Kind of did this thing, fell down, so kind of rounding, so to speak, rounding here. Prices are rounding back up. Alright. CDNA, this is a beautiful market right now, guys. I've been watching it all year, actually. I was watching it way back here and up here and all this stuff. Been watching it here. Never took along, but this thing has some more upside. This thing's still just one of the better stocks on the market. This is all we trade. Strength. We wouldn't trade anything else. So I'd like for this to hold 13 and continue up for some continuation. Man, that thing's wonderful. See what it did in a month? See that in a month's time? You guys need to learn something, man, about trend following and about stocks in general. Time, look at this. What is this? From May, what is this? If you're looking at this here, May 3rd, all this, which is my birthday. Hey, May 3rd. Hey, how are you guys on May 3rd? Just kidding. If you guys look at this time going forward, what is this? What is this? How did the stock, what is this? Moving forward, all this. This is time, right? See this chart? You see the time here, and you see the points on the chart. You need this time. This is like an equation here, right? You need this time, you guys. So with any position, you need time. That's why I is such a big winner. That's why some of the big winners we're following here, that's why they're winners. Is because they're in time, they are still doing this. Alright? So you need time. Okay? For your stocks to do this. This is from May 3rd to June, almost June, whatever this is. Alright? You need time, okay? You need that. Alright? CDNA, I like that. ENPH. Let's take a look at ENPH. Alright? This one hit this top high over here. Beautiful looking thing here. Kind of got to this area. Alright? I like this stock, what it's doing. Remember this? I caught the trend line earlier this year. It made a bounce here, made another bounce here, and I said, I didn't catch this bounce. I'm going to catch the next bounce. Caught the trend line because it was making a reversion back to the mean. There was no need for me to take a long here with it not making consistent higher highs and higher lows. But when it hit the trend line and started making consistent higher highs and higher lows on this trend line, I made my entry. Okay, and then I got the bounce. Alright? And then when you pan out, we start talking about we start looking at what Tudor Jones just said. This is when things start to barely change around, when prices barely start turning around, right here. And this is where I caught the long. This is where we're catching longs at, okay? And this is why this rounding bottom is such a very important pattern. Okay? Whenever you see this structure, this is what Paula Tudor Jones is talking about. Catching markets when they're barely starting to turn around. And if you look at this arrow, where is this market really starting to make its main turn around on this pattern? It's right here. This is the main point right here where this pattern starts to turn. So now in time, like I said, you need time. In time, what is this doing? Let this stock finish what it's doing. We caught this. I showed you guys the breakout here of this. And that's exactly what we got. And now look, 573. We were looking at it to break over 5, 485 and 5. Okay, and then look at what we've got, 573. So that's wonderful on the ENPH. Something that Paul Tudor Jones was just talking about. I'm going to show you another stock, in my opinion, is making that, see? When I just changed the tickers, they kind of look exactly the same. It doesn't even look like we changed tickers, but this is a new ticker. This is GALT, making the same, almost the same exact reversion here, the same exact turn. And this right here is kind of like that main point where we're starting to break out. So I like this thing to break over 5. If you can catch this breakout over 5, it's already at 508, so it's starting to move now. But I like this to continue and probably start getting into this area on the other side. How many times on this show, you guys, have we seen patterns that are just reversed on the other side? So I like this to get in here. All right? I like this continuation on GALT. And if you shorten up the terms, you've got strength here. You've got strength, okay? So let's just follow this strength, see if we can get through this somehow, see what this stock does, and if it gets through 6, man, we're on for something special. So let's see if we can catch a ride from a breakout from this area, 515, 508 where we're at now, over this, and then see if it can continue over, start continuing with that whole rounding bottom thing. All right. HEAR was a huge winner here. Huge winner here. And then what it's doing, I like it. Look at that. Holding up prices. Wow, that's special. You guys, we caught this thing back here before the gap up at 7. We caught this thing before the gap up, ladies and gentlemen. First time appearers here, viewers. Wow, that is special. Wow, that is special. We caught this from here, breaking out here, because when I see this, I already know. When I see this pattern, I'm getting long. I don't care what stock it does matter what stock I see it on. But if you meet my criteria, I'm getting long. So we were already watching this. We got long. We were looking at longs at $6 and $7 way before this happened. Man, what a winner. So this thing, I like it. You never know. We get over here. We get over $220. I mean, geez. I love this stock. That thing could be at 100 soon. Showed you guys a quick level on that thing. Wow, that's a winner from this. That's a winner. I love what that thing has done. And you guys, we hear it all the time from other traders, about staying in these moves. So I like for this stock to hold 17. If you're just looking for an entry now. All right, look for it to hold 17. Look for it to start. It's starting to show strength in this area now, guys. So hold this. Look for continuation over there, over this 18, but hold this area. Hold support. Kind of got some support in this area. Kind of ugly on a 5-day, but that's all right. All right. Yeesh. What a winner. Let me show you guys another winner. What happened on the show? For anyone that saw the show Monday coming into the week, what happened on the show, guys? I know exactly what happened. These charts would come up. I know exactly what happened. I'm going to show you guys. Wait 1 second. Let me get it to where I saw it last. See the candles, where the candles were. Wow, look at that. Jeez. This thing hasn't even went parabolic yet. Look at all the stocks we just saw. First, they make this hold in this area, and I caught this thing here. I caught this at 606. Was my first long. When I saw this, I said, I ain't missing this ride. Every day I kept looking at it, it kept opening. I said, geez, is it too much? And if you look at, I showed you guys like a month ago on StockTwits, guys are like, oh yeah. I can't wait to short it. Good luck. It's like, oh. Right. Being bearish in a bullish market, never trade against the trend. It will never work in your favor, ever. Alright? I can show you things from StockTwits on guys when I was saying, hey, I like, this stock at 6, where it's at now, kind of holding this strength here. And they were like, oh yeah, great, sure, I'm shorting it. And I was like, oh, wow, it looks kind of bullish to be shorting it, don't you think? Who am I? Who the heck am I? Right? I'm not. Let's just say this chart part of this chart doesn't even exist, you guys. Oh my Jesus! This chart part of the chart doesn't even exist. When I was telling guys, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're shorting it." One of these shows, I'll go back and I'll pull you up my StockTwits tweet, whatever, so to speak. And I don't mess with that thing because there's too much noise on there, so I don't like trading noise. Anyways, this part of the chart, that right side of the chart doesn't exist, you guys. And I said, I'm tired of missing this move here. So I got long. I said, I don't know how long it's going to go, how far it's going to go. Trendfollowing 101. I don't know how far this thing is going to go, but I like it. This is what I was saying here. But I like what it's doing here. I mean, look at that. Another home run. If you looked at all the if you looked at all the stocks I showed you, and maybe we had about 10 losers, maybe. I don't even think we had 10 losers. We probably had about 10 losers at all the stocks we've been looking at so far. Probably about 12 losers at the max. But if you're trading with a 1% loss on any loser, a 1 to 2%, and I wouldn't even advise 2%. I really would advise 0.5 to 1% loss on your position. All right, on any trade you take a 1% loss and you're out. Regarding what the trend says. If you added up all the 1% losers we had on the show, it wouldn't even amount just to this one stock. That's over 100% right there. From 7 to 17, are you serious? That's over 100%. I'm not even a mathematician, so I can't even tell you what percent that is. It's just stupid. That wouldn't even amount to all the losers we had on this show. This one winner. Facts. You cancel out every winner we had on the show with this one home run here. If you bought this and let that thing ride out. So when I was looking at this thing at 6 and people were talking about shorting it, and I said, you know what, screw you guys. I hate trading. I made a tweet. I said, this is why I hate trading noise. These guys have no idea what they're talking about. They just have no idea. So are you guys still shorting this for all you Intelsat, stock twit gurus that were shorting at 6? Are you still shorting this? Right, okay, right. And I told you guys, I said, let me know how that's going to work out in the future. Okay? Blot noise, guys. Just blot it. Take your signals, take your home runs, do your freaking job in trading, and just blot the noise. That's all I have to say. Man, home run right there. Jesus. I don't care. And what did I say last week? What did I say? I said, I don't know. I said this stock came down on itself. I said it looked kind of creepy. Wait a second. Let me show y'all something. When this stock came down here last week, you guys, this week, this was where the show was. When we started opened up Monday, we were right here. And I said, geez, that looks kind of horrible, you guys, how this stock has that big red candle. But I said it has a tendency of gap. Go back and read Monday's show. I said it has a tendency of gapping down on itself like this and then totally just evaluating all that, just eating up all that little gap down it did. And you need that. You need that. You need a stock to gap up, consolidate, eat some pullback, and digest those gains. I said that more than once on here. I know I did, because I just had deja vu. So I know I said that more than once here. The stock was here, and I said, wow, this stock looks kind of ugly with this reddish here. But I said, I'd like to in favor that this thing's going to come back above this somehow and retest and kind of probably turn this. What happened since I said that? What happened? Look at that. What did we do? All right? What did we do since I said Monday? I said this stock gap down, but it's been a home run. I said from back here. You can't even see how long we open. Look how far the chart goes back. You can't even see how far this home run goes back, guys. This chart don't go back far enough to show you how far we hit it out the park. Bo Jackson, right? Get out of here. Tell me nothing. Anyways, what did I say Monday, man? I said, look, this stock gap down has been holding up. Look at the past. I said, I'm showing you past tendencies on this chart. Boom. Okay? Man, I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm just going to keep hitting these home runs. If you can do this over your career, if you can make a career out of doing this, man, you know what? Same thing with TNDM, you guys. What Monday look like? I said, look, this thing looks kind of weird. How it gapped down on itself this Monday. This is how it looked. I said, this thing looks kind of funky. I know how it looks. You saying, wow, that's some uptrend, ain't it, huh, Tyson? You're such a trend follower, aren't you? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because what I said was correct. Alright, look. We've been following this thing since back here, y'all. Way back here since 7 and 8. So don't tell me nothing about hitting home runs. Nothing. I wouldn't even take your advice. I need to take my own advice. And keep taking advice from these guys we keep popping up every day respectfully on this show. Don't tell me nothing. I don't even listen to noise. That's how much that's what I And it's not even that I'm being rude. Like, oh, he said, no, it's not. I'm not. I don't have to say nothing. Because if you listen to the successful trend followers like Paul Tudor Jones and the other ones, they said to blot noise. So screw off. I'm still blotting your noise. Stock twit gurus. All you other gurus. Yeah, that's right. Gap down here came up above the gap down. Gap down was here. I said it looks nice. I think it came up above the gap down and even came up further than that. Old resistance turns. Oh, here's resistance. Here's the gap down on resistance. And you said, oh yeah, gap down and resistance is probably done, right? And I said, no. Look at the past stock history. It gaps down and did the same exact thing here. It came, did a nice splurge, gapped down on itself, and totally evaluated what it gapped down on, right? Okay, so here we go. Business as usual. Old resistance turn support. Making a living out of doing this. And this is business as usual. And I feel pretty good about where the show's headed and what we're doing. All right. KEYW, another one that I really like. I've been looking at for a while. Kind of just switched through time frames, so this thing's gonna kind of get confused until I excuse me, sorry about that. Let me just as you can see, I was doing some work on this. I just saw one. See, I was looking at this stock here, you guys. Before I even started trend following Tyson. I was already doing this, and I said this thing looks lovely. Look what it's done. Look at this. See that? I said this thing looks short term uptrend is on, no prediction, just seeing where we go from here. KEYW. Bang! Don't give me nothing. I like KEYW to keep going on. Sorry you guys, I get a little bit excited. But I have a passion about this. I really have a passion about this. I'm sorry. If you could do this consistently over your career, Michael Marcus turned a $30,000 investment into $80 million. Alright? So don't tell me crap. Nothing about anything. He did that doing trend following. Alright? So don't give me crap. Nothing. MEET. Take your signals, you guys, and block the noise. It will take you a very long way. Half these guys don't know what the heck they're doing. I wouldn't be listening to the noise they have to, to offer you. Seriously. Take your signal, block the noise. Alright? Simple as that. MEET looking alright, kind of okay. Broke out of this downtrend. Look, this is an uptrend. This is an uptrend. We are over the 200-day moving average. This is an uptrend. But let me show you what. Uptrend here, long-term, long pullback. But we have started higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. That's why this stock's on my show right now. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. We'll see where it goes. Alright? MEET. Alright? And if you need a level here, here's a level. 350, we should be holding this. At the least, we should be holding 340. Alright? But look for that, some continuation there. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I just want to show you guys SiriusXM. One other stock that we showed a while back. Don't tell me nothing about home runs on this show, guys. We're going to keep hitting them. And if you can do this over your career, whoa, history in the making, buddy. History in the making. So, SiriusXM, I love what it's doing. By golly. Look at this. Long-term strength. What is this price? 2 something? Wow, look at that. Non-stop. So, I've showed you guys so many waves, like surfing. Keep surfing this and keep surfing SiriusXM, and that's all I got to say. Alright, and I'll see you guys back here on before Monday, sometime this weekend. We'll update, make sure that we know. This is just so that we know we're closing the week out with, and then business as usual, guys. Alright?